Throughout the vast worlds of Dungeons & Dragons, every player brings their own flavor to the table, shaped by the unique playstyles that they enjoy most. Some may be influenced by specific settings such as Eberron, Forgotten Realms, or Greyhawk. Others enjoy hack and slash or horror or high fantasy. Today, we're diving into the art of tailoring your game to fit for specific preferences. GameMasters here, and one of the keys to running a memorable campaign is understanding what excites your players. Some thrive in the heat of the combat, while others live for the drama of the role-playing. Still, some love uncovering secrets through exploration, while others just can't resist the thrill of cracking a good puzzle. Why is this important? Because finding or creating adventures that align with your group's preferred playstyles, that's going to ensure that everyone stays engaged and has fun. It's the difference between a game night that feels like a chore and one that everyone eagerly anticipates. Stay with me, because at a certain point, I'm going to ask some questions, a slew of questions really, that I want to ask all of you. For players who love the thrill of tactical battles and challenging encounters, combat-heavy adventures fit the bill. These players revel in the strategy of positioning, exploiting weaknesses, and testing their characters' abilities in high-stakes fights. Combat isn't just action. It is itself a puzzle to be solved. Modules like Out of the Abyss and Curse of Strahd are great examples of adventures that feature intense combat. Out of the Abyss offers deadly encounters against demons and creatures from the Underdark, while Curse of Strahd pits players against terrifying foes like vampires, there's a banshee, lots of undead, werewolves, and other minions in a gothic horror setting. To make combat even better, consider tailoring encounters to match your players' abilities and preferences. For example, if you have a great Old One Warlock, either of the two modules, Out of the Abyss or Curse of Strahd, would be excellent locations to include some eldritch horrors for them to encounter, both for the Warlock to battle, but also for that Warlock to kind of puzzle about as to why their patron would have them going up against such an entity to begin with. For a challenge, introduce enemies with unique tactics or environmental hazards. For those who love cinematic flair, add story-driven stakes or dramatic boss fights. Adjust difficulty levels to keep everyone engaged. No one likes combat that's really too easy or for that matter, combat that's frustratingly hard. Combat-focused adventures should be all about giving your group the adrenaline rush of epic battles while keeping the action fun and rewarding and very fast-paced. Keep them on their toes. Unlike some combat sessions where getting through 2 rounds of combat can take 4 hours, you shouldn't be afraid of telling the players up front that this style of adventure will feature fast-paced combat, that there is a chance that if they pause combat to discuss a tactic, that the big bad evil guy in the room may ignore that pause button and take their swipes anyways. For players who crave immersive storytelling and rich character development, role-playing adventures is where that magic can happen. These sessions go beyond dice rolls and delve into personal stories, emotional stakes, and in the art of conversation goes a long way into creating a deeply engaging experience. It's about stepping into the character's shoes and shaping the narrative with their choices. This doesn't mean that you have to take on a funny voice or wear an outfit to play. You certainly can, but the overall goal with this style of play is to tell a compelling story. Adventures like Storm King's Thunder and Waterdeep Dragon Heist are some standout examples. Storm King's Thunder combines epic scale events with opportunities for players to interact with giants, politicians, and other key NPCs. Waterdeep Dragon Heist offers intrigue, deception, and a vibrant city teeming with colorful characters and social drama, along with the fun chase sequence. It's easily a whodunit / break-in and steal a la Ocean's 11 type of adventure. To weave role-playing into any adventure, start by crafting compelling NPCs with distinct personalities, goals, and quirks that invite meaningful interactions. Tie the story to your players' characters' backstories, offering moments where their personal arcs can cross paths and shine, encourage scenes that let players explore relationships, make moral decisions, or engage in heartfelt dialogue. With the right balance of drama, choices, and meaningful connections, role-playing adventures can transform your game into a very unforgettable shared story. Above all, keep in mind that this is ultimately your player's story. Let them tell you, the DM, what their characters are ultimately going to be doing, while you use the NPCs to react. For players who thrive on the thrill of discovery, exploration-focused adventures offers a world of mystery and wonder. These players delight in navigating uncharted territories, uncovering hidden secrets, and piecing together the stories and puzzles that forgotten places can offer. Exploration isn't just about where you go, it's about what you find along the way. Modules like Journey Through the Radiant Citadel and Rime of the Frost Maiden are excellent examples of adventures that really immerse players in very different and expansive environments. The Radiant Citadel plunges players into the vastness of the ethereal plane and is filled with bizarre creatures and alien landscapes. In Rime of the Frost Maiden, the frozen tundra of Icewind Dale, that is going to set the stage for survival against the elements and ancient mysteries buried in the snow. The biggest thing that works in both of these modules is their use of a central hub that the players can make use of between adventures. For the experienced DM, looking to custom tailor an exploration hub for their players, Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse is a great one to use, as it can literally connect to almost any given point and an adventure for that matter. But it also allows the freedom for the DM to homebrew up their own worlds as well. To make exploration truly engaging, incorporate elements like hidden treasures, secret passages and dungeons, and even lore-rich discoveries. Create environmental hazards that challenge the players to adapt and think creatively, such as avalanches, collapsed tunnels, or even dungeon paths that have been riddled heavy with toxic spores. Reward curiosity by providing meaningful finds, whether it's a magical artifact, pieces of lost history, or connections to the overarching story. You're going to want to include things that reward players for searching those cobwebbed covered books or looking under that miscolored stone in the pathway. Exploration-focused adventures turn the world itself into a character, and it makes the world a living, breathing, and dynamic entity that's going to encourage and perpetuate all of those hidden details. For players who love testing their wits, puzzle-oriented adventures bring a unique kind of thrill. These challenges reward creativity, logic, and teamwork, offering a satisfying aha moment when the solution clicks and slides into place. Puzzles add depth and variety to gameplay, breaking up combat and role-playing with cerebral twists. Modules like The Lost Mine of Phandelver and Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, those include some very intriguing puzzles that encourage problem solving. The Lost Mine of Phandelver introduces clever traps and secret mechanisms, while Descent into Avernus, that features a cryptic riddle, several cryptic riddles actually, and infernal contraptions that require ingenuity to overcome. To weave puzzles into any given adventure, start with your group's preferences. Design puzzles that tie into the story, like unlocking an ancient door with runic patterns or piecing together a shattered artifact. Use props, maps, or handouts to make the experience interactive. Adjust difficulty by offering subtle hints or scaling complexity based on your player's skill levels. Puzzles offer a break from the usual gameplay, challenging the party in fresh ways and creating memorable moments of triumph when they crack the code. I will warn you up front, however. Be prepared to sit back as a DM, as these types of adventures are almost fully in the hands of the players once a puzzle has been introduced. Let them talk it out. Let them write things down. Point them in the right direction only if you have to, but ultimately let the players use their brains to find the solution. And that sometimes can take a couple of hours. The thrill of combat, the drama of role-playing, the wonder of exploration, and the mental challenge of puzzles. Each of these brings something unique to the table, and finding the right balance for your group can transform a good campaign into a great and unforgettable one. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try out different adventure types and see what resonates most with your players. Combine 2 of the styles together. Combine 3 of the styles together. Maybe your group loves the adrenaline of tactical battles, but also the connection, they have a deep connection with character-driven stories. You might discover that they have a passion for exploring uncharted territories and enjoy tackling mind-bending puzzles while getting there. Or you may want to combine elements of all 4 types of playstyles into the same adventure, because really, what are the odds that everyone at the table is going to have an interest in the exact same type of playstyle? It's possible, but what makes the adventure really fun is not knowing what's going to happen next. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I especially want to thank my YouTube members and Patreon supporters for their contributions to the channel. If you'd like to check out how you too can support the channel, I'll leave links to my YouTube membership and Patreon page down below. I'd also love to invite everyone to the GameMasters Discord, as we are always getting into some kind of trouble over there. But now it's your turn. I want to keep the conversation going down in the comments, so I've got some questions for you, for you, the viewer. Do you prefer epic battles, emotional character arcs, the thrill of discovery, or solving intricate puzzles? Or maybe a mixture of these? Do you have a playstyle that you prefer that we didn't really touch upon in today's video? What's the most memorable encounter or adventure that you have ever played or run? And specifically, what made that stand out above all the others that you've played in? Have you ever adapted a pre-written adventure to better fit your group's preferred playstyle? What was the module or adventure, and how did it turn out? Is there a module or custom adventure that you'd recommend for a specific playstyle? And explain to me too why you think that it would work so well for that playstyle. What advice would you give a DM trying to balance different playstyles in their campaign? I really can't wait to read all of your experiences and ideas down in the comments, but too, I'm hoping that there are some among you that will read all of these comments and get inspired for your own adventures. Let's keep the creativity flowing down in the comments, and until next our paths cross, may your next adventure be truly exciting.